when we first started the show, the very first week, I think we asked on social media, what do you want to see? And a couple people said panna cotta, and I wanted so badly to write and go, I'm doing it for Valentine's Day, like I'm not ignoring you. Because panna cotta is something I have made for over 25 years. I've made them in fine dining restaurants. It's just a beautiful Italian custard that's eggless. There's no eggs in it, so it's a little bit lighter. And you don't have to worry about tempering eggs and curdling them and all the things, because it's a gelatin-based, very easy custard. Mine has buttermilk because it gives it this tang that I'm obsessed with. So over here, I have some some heavy cream getting nice and hot. And to this, I'm going to add 7 tablespoons of sugar. Remember, this is a dessert, and we're looking to just dissolve that sugar. That's all I'm looking to do. There's so many smells happening in this kitchen right now, by the way, between scallops and pizza and steak, buttermilk, cookies. There's a lot happening in here today. All right, so as the sugar melts, which is what we're looking for, in this little bowl, I didn't want you to have to wait for me to watch, but it is 1 tablespoon of water and 1.25 teaspoons of gelatin, unflavored gelatin. That's all you need. Just get those little packets or the big tub, 1.5 teaspoons. And I just dissolved it in there. So now we have a gelatin sheet in there ready to plop into our heavy cream mixture. So now that I can feel the sugar has melted, that's what we're just looking to get this hot. I don't need this at a rolling boil. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what this gelatin looks like when I plop it in. So it's literally a sheet like this of gelatin that comes out. I'll let you get a little camera angle of that here. Just a nice little sheet. You're gonna plop it into that hot cream. And this is why it's so easy, because you're not trying to figure out how to get your eggs in a custard to not scramble. You don't have to worry about this. It just melts in. It just melts in and makes a custard. So this is just kind of a normal panna cotta here, but for me, it's all about the buttermilk. So once you feel that this gelatin is melted in, I don't see any lumps, I'm gonna add in, I don't even know. I've made this so many times in my life, I stopped counting. 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk. And I do recommend getting a good buttermilk. Don't make your own with the milk and the vinegar, the milk and lemon juice. You want that thick, rich tang of a real buttermilk going in here. So this is the star. Get that in there. And just whisk it till it's combined. Now, I've made this millions of times at restaurants in my life. I love to make little mini shooters for showers, things like that, because what's great now is it's done. I just gotta pour it in. You just gotta pour it in whatever vessel you like and refrigerate it. That's why I love this so much. There's no baking involved. So now that this is in, I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla. And you know I have a deep love of the vanilla bean paste, but vanilla extract is what I will use otherwise. So vanilla is totally, whatever kind of vanilla you got. But I like a thick syrup, so here we are. Now, normally when I make a dessert, I add salt to it, but I'm not on this one. This buttermilk is gonna give it that kind of juxtaposition that I'm looking for. It's gonna give it that sour, a little bit of that sourness, so I don't need the salt in there. It's very multi-dimensional for being so simple. All right, so now this is done. All you're gonna do is you're gonna pick your vessel. Do you wanna use a martini glass? Do you wanna use a ramekin? Because I don't like to unmold it and make it look beautiful on a plate. I like to serve it in whatever vessel you think will look pretty. So I have a couple bowls here. I have found it easier to transfer it, don't make a mess, don't make a mess, don't make a mess, to transfer it to a measuring cup to pour into whatever you want to pour it into. I've got some lovely bowls here. Now this makes 4 to 6, depending on how much dessert you're looking to have. And if you're nervous at all that gelatin still might be hanging around, you can easily strain this if you want to. At Gather, I would do that just to make sure it's perfect. I'm cooking this for friends and family. They can handle it if there's a lump. They're fine. I'm gonna make 3 big ones. I did happen to make some already for the staff here, so this will be for us later today. Now, all you're gonna do is refrigerate them until they're cold. If you make big ones, it'll take longer. If you make little small ones, it'll take a shorter amount of time. Just refrigerate it till it's cold and set. But that gelatin is done. So now I'm gonna grab one and show you how I think you take this very simple dessert, very elegant, light, right? You just had a heavy dinner. nice and light, and show you how I make it beautiful. I have one already cold in the fridge here. Panna cotta, it's like lightly jiggly. It's just, it's nice and firm, and it's delicious. So now let's make it pretty. I like to do berries on mine. The buttermilk and berries are everything. So I take some fresh raspberries. You can use strawberries. Pomegranates are beautiful on this. But first I'm gonna start with some raspberries around the plate. I cut them in half just because I kind of like, you know, I like a little texture going on here. And now I'm gonna do the same thing with some blackberries because the black on the white is stunning, and blackberries with buttermilk is everything. One of my favorite combinations in the world is a buttermilk biscuit with blackberry jam. Anybody else do those Cracker Barrel road trips with your family as kids? That was my favorite. All right, so we're gonna get those. I can already feel Sarah on my left very excited to take photos of this one today. Sometimes I give her a challenge with photos, but I think she's gonna enjoy this one today. I can see I already need a little more red right here. Let's do a little red. I have some blueberries. Let's get some berries in there. And I'm just going all around the circumference here. Leave the middle looking beautiful. And then one of my favorite things to do, biscuits, cookies. Right here I have some shortbread, or you can use little stroop waffles, whatever kind of cookies you like to add a little texture. And I just take chunks of cookies and add them around. Now, if you wanted to, I grabbed some just so you could see it. I probably won't do it because I don't use very often garnishes that I don't think are wonderful with the dish, but I mean, you can already see how pretty this is. If you wanted to add just a little more contrast, really beautiful little sprigs of mint in here to just add that pop of green. This could not be easier, everybody. This is so elegant, it's gorgeous. I'm excited for Abby to try this. So meet us back here while I finish this up, and I am gonna have Abby give this a little bite. I can see her over there, she wants it, so meet us back here.